Welcome, angry faithful, to the Friday What the Hell, where we find political stuff on the internet and talk about it with wild women. So today, go ahead, Bill. You're starting this thing out.
I'm starting this thing out.
You said that you wanted to start it out, so you're starting it out.
Yeah, and you said I got to stay calm. Is that what you said?
At least for 7 minutes. Can't say that.
Well, to make sure I stayed calm, I drank decaf
Oh, wow.
and root beer. Decaf coffee and root beer.
You got
How's
your
that
sugar.
sound?
And,
Oh,
and you-
my sugar. I just had to put my Dexcom on mute. I had to change the notifications and mute
and
it because it was going to be bitching at us. Shit. I cursed.
yeah, you did.
Was that bad enough?
Nah, we're good. But no, what's funny, one, you can't do that.
I can't
And
do what?
the cursing thing. The
But did
other,
I do? But is that too bad to catch it?
nah, it won't catch it. We're not monetized. It sets it up for family oriented stuff. That's the reason why. But no, the thing I was making fun of you about is you don't have your Hitler stash. You made sure that you got your dye in on your mustache, so you don't have the Hitler stash.
Oh, you use the H word.
You can use that.
Well, yeah, and yeah, you're actually right. I noticed on last week's it was a little. Just about 3 hours ago, I took care of that.
Well, at least you didn't use a Sharpie like you did that one day.
Yeah, that's that's a last minute emergency, and people, if you do have a mustache that does some goofy garbage, like does a little square in the middle and then turns white on the edges, and then especially if you're in front of a green screen and it washes that white out, Sharpie will work. Be careful though; you can over Sharpie, and I don't know. Can you get high on Sharpie, or was it just poisoning me?
No, I think you were high off of Sharpie.
Not like when I worked at Circuit City and I got all excited of we were doing some major cleaning, and I said, "Oh, there's some gunk underneath inside the kiosk underneath. Let me go ahead and clean it. Oh, I can't get that out. It's hard to get out. Let me use this Goo Gone. I'd never used Goo Gone before, so I crawled inside the kiosk underneath and used Goo Gone for
Yeah,
about 15 minutes.
yeah.
I came out and they were like, I can sell TVs really good. No, Bill, stand back against the wall. We'll take care of the customers, Bill.
What was the color of the dragon that you saw after you sniffed all that stuff?
Oh, I didn't see any dragon. I just thought I'd be the best salesperson in the world.
Well, everybody has their thing when they get messed up on chemicals,
But
which,
huh?
which is bad. Chemicals are
Yeah,
bad.
that was not done on purpose, and yeah, my team did a really good job of hiding me for a while. It probably took about 45 minutes or more before I was, like, okay, I'm okay, guys, go away, I got this. But I follow data center stuff, that, and it comes up in my Facebook all the time. And something started coming up a few days ago. I can get into a lot more BS on other shows. I can focus on certain things, but today, Lubbock. Have you heard that Lubbock is getting a data center?
Uh, No,
Probably not, because you don't get garbage like that showing up in your Facebook feed.
no.
But,
I don't my Facebook, so
do what?
I don't look at my Facebook that much, though.
Oh, man. Have you seen my vacation pictures?
You sent me your vacation pictures. I didn't even look at its vacation pictures.
I hadn't sent you my
Yes.
vacation pictures. And I actually only made a couple of posts with the vacation pictures in them. I have a lot more to do. I took over 8,000. I'm not
Oh,
putting all of them online, but back to the topic. This anti-data center insanity must stop. People are being conditioned to avoid thinking for themselves, and they have a Pavlovian style autonomic response to the words data center. They hear it, they don't even know what they're doing. They start frothing, and it says, "Oh my God, data center!" They have no clue what they're attacking, applying irrelevant connections. They don't have a clue. And I'm going to go into my background somewhat. Yeah, I have a background in this that's not Googling. Your Googling is failure anyway. But let's start with a little slice of my background and why I'm familiar with the type of data center they're going to build in Lubbock. In the early 2000s, I was the operations analyst in the Fleming Company's data center. It was at the time the second largest wholesale grocery distributor in the country. Our data center controlled around 30 divisions. The primary data center I worked at was in Southwest Fort Worth. It had around 110,000 square feet of raised floor space. We had two smaller data centers that remained at corporate in Oklahoma City. We also had several individual divisions running their own data centers. We were slowly migrating them all to the Fort Worth data center. And I have a connection to the concept of leasing space in a remote data center. Back then, you didn't have high-speed fiber running everywhere. If you wanted the absolute fastest connection, you leased space in a data center that was directly connected to a major node. For us, we leased space in an AT&T node in Allen, Texas. So I saw the process firsthand. The company filed Chapter 11, and we were looking for ways to save money. We were paying AT&T over $300,000 a year to host our offsite internet connection at the node in Allen. By that time, we had upgraded our own fiber directly to our Fort Worth site, and we had plenty of raised floor space, so we pulled the entire operation back to our own data center and shut down the remote site. That saved us over $300,000 by stopping that expensive lease. Uh, that was our little piece of trying to save money to keep the bankruptcy from going from Chapter 11 to Chapter 7. Wasn't enough. But when I physically went out to that AT&T site to pack everything up, I saw the exact operational model we're talking about today. Separate, secure wire cages built across a massive raised floor. Each cage belonged to a completely different customer, a different tenant. We packed our equipment, moved it, took it back, and integrated it, cut the $300,000 out. So, what does this have to do with the data center in Lubbock? And what triggered me? Well, what triggered me is you go there and you see all of the posts of, oh my God, we're getting a data center. How'd they slip that by us? We should have voted on it. It's gonna take all our water. The data center in Lubbock that they're freaking out about is the exact same kind of tenant model. But the average modern business doesn't own a massive 110,000 square foot facility like Fleming did.
yeah.
To run their operations efficiently without huge upfront cost, companies have the exact opposite of what we did. They have to lease space in a shared hub. The data center Lubbock is freaking out over isn't a hyperscaler. It isn't an AI training data center. It's a 50,000 square foot data center that'll have multiple tenants. They're likely to be for standard businesses. For example, businesses that would be using AI in their daily automation. It could be like an oil company using it for pipeline monitoring or logistics, a local healthcare network processing medical imaging, or regional companies tracking supply chains, automating inventory, and tracking their transportation fleets to minimize delays. Everything uses data centers. Let's look at a single example. Where's my example? I got a huge, massive example. People spend tons of money on it all the time. A pencil. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Except the top part that's green and it blends into the green screen. But that's my favorite pencil. It's a Dixon Ticonderoga. How many data centers did that pencil go through before it hit my desk?
I don't know
The
how many.
wood, do what?
I don't
How
know how
many? You don't know how many? Take a guess. How many data centers did this go through before it went right here?
4.
Well, the wood is sourced from California, Oregon, forestry management databases, lumber mill logistics databases. The graphite comes from mines in Asia or South America, mining operations, maritime tracking servers to get it over here. The rubber for the eraser, that would go through data centers at companies for petrochemicals or agricultural supply chains. The little green and yellow metal band at the top, aluminum or brass sourcing, shaping, and manufacturing systems. The paint and foil, handled by separate petrochemical and material suppliers. They have their own inventory networks. Manufacturing and logistics, factory operations, packaging, production, wholesale distribution, logistics, global shippings, and customs. And then retail and financial. Retail inventory management, the cash register at the point of sale, financial processing, the card network, their bank, your bank, and split-second fraud detection algorithms. So, and if you purchase it online, then there's the tracking networks for the shipment. So one pencil went through approximately 25 different data centers.
Why is
One
that?
pencil. Like I said, the entire thing from sourcing the materials, the wood, the graphite, to the supply chain, to maritime tracking, getting it over here, 25 different data centers to make one. Now, how many of those are running some kind of AI processes?
Probably not that many.
15 to 18 of them use AI.
Okay. Well, nowadays
AI,
are prevalent.
yeah, AI isn't just for chat bots and Facebooks. It's integrated from everything from predictive sourcing and forestry, smart manufacturing, business to business logistics, to retail analysis for replenishing inventory. It's like think about our last mile Amazon center here. Really? What's it do? Well, it takes AI and it analyzes what products people use in this area, what products the people buy who might want to get it next day. That's a lot of analysis. It's AI, so it's not just for chat box, and it's fraud protection for your credit card. When I went on vacation recently, you know how used to you would go to your bank's website and you would go and you'd tell them, okay, on these dates, I'm going to be in these states or locations. And you do that for the fraud tracking.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't cut your credit card off. You don't do that anymore.
Really?
You know why?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I wondered why. Because I went to my banks and I was like, where's the thing to tell it where I'm going to be gone? I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. Oh, it doesn't do that anymore. It uses AI to analyze your spending patterns. So AI helps protect from fraud. And
Wait.
do what?
Well, okay. Yes, you're absolutely right. But to the point of overreach on certain things. Because the way that you're in your stance is, hey, this is what we're getting and it's secure. During the time frame of Biden in 2023, they asked for Cabela's Bass Pro Shop, Shields, all sporting goods. The main reason why they were looking for all those people's data was because guns. Anybody that bought a gun with a credit card, they asked for bank transactions, all that kind of stuff. Yes, you're absolutely right. It does stop, security issues. But what if the security issue is just me doing my Second Amendment right?
Well, they asked for raw data. They pinpointed raw data.
No,
They didn't look for some kind of AI analysis. They said, we want this data of this data of
that's
this.
what the data they asked for was
The what?
everybody that used the credit card. They asked certain banks. The FBI did ask for certain banks because the Biden administration asked this.
Right. And there needs to be protections, and that's why the Democrats can't take office, because they don't give a shit about protections. They will invade, but anyway, that's another topic. Back to Lubbock. In Lubbock, they're freaking out over a data center that provides those exact types of services, something that leasing the mechanism of our Fleming data center that had processing in Allen. Various companies will be leasing space in it. Now, how big do you think that massive data center they're fighting now in Lubbock that they didn't get a vote on, and it's going to steal all their water? They're precious. What I hate the word precious. I'm disgusted by the word precious.
Is it like 50 acres or so, or 68?
50,000 square feet. 50,000 square feet. It's about the size of a small Buc-ee's, not like the big one in Luling, but a small one they have in Katy. It's about the third of the size of an average Walmart. It isn't a huge taking our land. In fact, according to city records, most of its property sits inside a floodplain. So they're using a corner of a piece of land that most of the land is in a floodplain. So it's not like some massive expansion they're going to be doing. They can't. Okay. Now, the water use. Oh, it's going to take all our water. It's going to raise our bill. Oh, we won't survive. 1,500 gallons a day.
Yeah.
Put that into perspective. That's about half of what a single busy car wash will use. How many hotels do we have in town? It's about a 20th of the amount that an average hotel in this town would use. That's what they're freaking out about. And it's just they're freaking out about it because it has the words data center. Their minds come to a complete stop when they hear the words data center.
Well, that's part of the psyop of what they're trying to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten people up at work tell me all that stuff because I was thinking about using my certificate for being an electrician at one of them because it pays ridiculous money. And they keep on bouncing all the data that I already know because I'm doing this with you, how false that is.
Are they saying it? Are they saying the false stuff, or are they're saying the false stuff?
Yeah. But it's me and Trey talked about this, and we are talking about it with Chris Kelly or something like. Well, one of the ESPN newscasters just got fired recently because all he did was race baiting politics on the ESPN, which they're trying to get rid of. You get more views, like even what the this episode is named after. We get more views from rage baiting than we do like our normal shows that we just say, yeah, we're just going to talk about crazy stuff. This is something that we're interested in, even though it's just me and you interested in it. Hopefully, we can find some people that actually are interested in it. Very rarely we have that, But if we rage bait each and every time and talk about the stuff that we're actually interested in, if we just named it the episode that we have today, and then we just talk about uh movies that are coming out and what reviews we would get the views, but people would be confused the reason why it's called that and not we'd get every comment in there. It was like, why are you talking about movies and not talking about what you named the episode? Because that's the only way we can get views on that. People want to be rage baited easily. That's what the algorithms are. It's just rage bait. Some people
Well,
get it a little bit more often than others, but not naming names.
well, also, it's the little thumbnail.
Yeah.
Last June of last year, I think YouTube made some big change in their algorithm, and it really geared it toward thumbnails. You started seeing more thumbnails with people with expressions.
Yeah.
And the big thing is if you circle stuff and have arrows pointing at stuff,
Yeah.
the YouTube algorithm picks it up. I mean, some of my what I used to watch the cruise vloggers, and people were wondering why are you putting up some of the garbage, and why does it seem like clickbait now? And they said, well, we had to. I mean, clickbait, not really, because people watched them anyway when they came on, but they wondered about that, and he had to come out and explain that's how YouTube does it now.
Yeah.
But like I said, they were saying, why didn't we get a vote on that? David, okay, you came up one time with one exception, but in general, how many times do citizens get a vote on a business coming in, a private business, to land that they bought?
Very rarely.
When do the citizens find out about it?
Usually during the city council meetings when they opt up.
Oh, well, no, they find out about it when the deal is done, like the Amazon warehouse. And it's because think about it. You ever bought property, bought land? You don't know what everyone's bidding on the land. You don't know what everyone else is wanting to pay for it. They have competition. So land deals aren't public until they're final, usually.
Yeah.
And then they've got so there's the NDAs, they've got proprietary technology in there, they've got their competitors for that. They've got foreign people trying to get into there, to find out about everything. China duplicates. That's what they do. That's what they look for.
Well, you also got to understand most of these deals are like 3 to 5 years beforehand. Most good deals take about 3 to 5, especially if you're making like a big company's coming in and making air conditioning units. Like Sealed Air has another one that they took over Delphi. They still had to go through the city council, and it still had to go through a little bit less time frame because they didn't have to build the infrastructure or anything. All the infrastructure was there. I think it took about 3 years, and that was it. It was 2 different city councils and mayors.
Yeah, purchasing an existing business
Yeah,
is
it's a little bit
different than your own land. It's like one of the things I saw. Kingspan came in and purchased Magic Air. In the city council meeting, Magic Air had an agreement with them, and don't quote me on exactly how this worked. An agreement that they must maintain a certain workforce number.
Mhm.
To a for a prior agreement that the city gave them a break on something. So when Kingspan came in, they had to agree that they would go ahead and honor that and keep at least at minimum that same workforce. Now that did go ahead in front of the city council.
Yeah.
But in general, when a new business comes in, buys its own land, is going to set up, you're not going to know until the deal is sealed. Part of that is also stockholders. You don't want stockholders, you don't want to throw all these speculative stuff out and then stock prices move according to what may or may not happen.
Yeah.
And stock prices can affect the deal also. So people don't understand why there's NDAs and all of that, but they really have no perspective on anything to do with data centers. The water usage, the insanity has to stop because these people, the disinformation is controlled by activist groups.
Yeah.
And the activist groups, they think they're, we're a grassroots group. Well, you are, but why are you so pissed? And why do you think the way you do? Because groups that aren't grassroots planted people down into your group to stoke the flames.
What was
And
that book that Johnny keeps on referencing with the stuff from when Bush was in Congress and the hippies dressed up like Klansmen and kept on saying, "Oh, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right."
Johnny,
Skelton, the other host.
oh, I haven't heard him in a while.
We do the Monday show or Tuesday this week or the upcoming week.
But that's sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess data centers can be sporting because people are getting violent
No, what it was.
and want to do something against them that could involve bang bang or boom boom or this
No, what
stupid
it
ass.
is.
I'm gonna go plant some bamboo to ruin it.
Well, no, what it was. It was this. He basically showed how to get attention for their uh whatever they were protesting. Okay. He showed them how to do it. What he did was when Bush, the congressman, was speaking, anything that he said, because he was saying stuff that for Vietnam War. And anytime he said anything that was good or made sense, well, people that looked like they were in Ku Klux Klan outfits was screaming, "Yes, yes, we totally believe in that. We totally believe in that." But they had like stuff against Vietnam, like posters and everything. They wanted to get, they were basically showboating so they can get TV time on the feed. And that Reddit just kept on going. They didn't even agree with anything that Bush said. I wish we could. I tried to find that video and I couldn't find it for the longest time. I need to deep dive and try to find that again. But anyways,
Well,
yeah.
some of the anti data center stuff is so phony. It's like battery storage. Battery storage right now. Yeah, I may have mentioned.
What?
Is that someone over there who wants to talk about data centers?
No. She's flicking something on the couch, trying to annoy me. And
Is it working?
I mean, her face is just pure enjoyment when she's flicking it. Okay. This is what she's doing. She's trying to help out with a live feed for a band that we're going to go see tonight. She's a promoter. Well, all she's doing you know what? Fuck this. This is what she's doing. She's right there. Let me get this cup out of the way. She's right there banging on her phone trying to hit more likes onto the video, which she doesn't do it on our podcast, but she does it for other people that she
Oh,
promotes.
she's not clicking like on ours?
No, she's not. No, she's not. I have noticed that. No, I don't hear it. It's just out of my peripherals. I'm like looking at your hand, just going like this. I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch doing in my couch? And I look over and she's just pressing on her phone. I'm like, okay, that makes sense now. I thought I was an attractive human being at that point and she really needed to get in some action. But apparently it's just her phone and she's trying to help out this band. God damn it, woman. Oh.
Oh, now I lost my point I was getting at.
You ruined Bill's train of thought.
That's way too easy to do.
Yeah, I know it is. It really is. It wasn't that much of a challenge.
So they've bought into the propaganda at work.
Well, everybody has. Even some other people have. But anyways, want to talk about Spain?
How many products there are made that have to do with data centers?
I don't know yet. Honestly, we haven't gotten any kind of new product stuff that we one customer did buy a couple of things to that might help out with a ventilation, and they were small parts, so maybe I had to push them out as fast as possible. So
AI analyzing it thinks that locally you might, at least some helmet makes it, but locally they might make items for GE Vernova.
that is quite possible. Yes, sir.
GE Vernova just got a major contract with for generators from Microsoft, 7 of them. They're backed up for generators. They're backed up about 5 years for generators.
Yeah, I believe that.
The head of Helmet, the CEO of Helmet, said that 38% of your business, of Helmet's business right now, increase is due to non-aircraft, which would be things like gas turbine generators. So basically, because of data centers, you probably might not be doing what used to happen during Obama when I worked there, where I was going like this all the time.
Yeah.
Looking for the tap on my shoulder for the layoff.
Yeah. No,
that's what I was doing all the time. I was doing that.
Yeah, but you're paranoid.
So. Well, yeah, and when you've got 9 years of perfect attendance, that they kind of try not to get rid of people who have 9 years of perfect attendance.
Yeah.
So that's a major factor there. But all during that time, because contracts come and go, I was always looking over my shoulder. They probably won't have to do that now. And you know why? Data centers.
Yeah. Did you here's some interesting news that just popped up, and I wonder if it's true. Let me go ahead and ask our overlord, see if it's true. Tallarico leads Paxton in Texas Senate race by 3 points.
He doesn't have a chance in hell.
I know. Well, if the people don't go out and vote, but yeah, that's one new thing. The other new thing that's happening right now, and it's been happening all week, is Spain. They opened up the borders, and just to get you a clear picture of what's actually happening in Spain right now, I got a video since it's night over there. Let's go ahead and mute that. But yeah, this is what's happening in Spain. They have fires, riots. Everything is just all out devastation. So.
Well, you have Spain where they're coming in to Spain. They're invading, right?
Yeah, it's even in the invasion part, they said they had like 120 people die just off from drownings and everything going into the coast of Monaco.
But you know what's happening on the other side of Spain, right?
Mm-mm. Oh my God. You win this round, sir. You win this round. You win this round. You, oh my God. You win this round. Send that to me. Send that one to me. You have to send that one to me. That was because I'm gonna send that to the to some people that will find that funny.
Oh, stop it.
But yeah.
Stop it. Advertisements. No. Did you see who they're getting for their border guard?
Mm-mm.
Their border czar.
Oh. I should realize that.
That's their new border czar. What do you think?
Did you here's some really off stuff Reddit bull crap that's happening. People are saying that Kamala Harris and AOC are gonna be the next nominees for 2028.
Yeah, no.
AOC might be the next one up. How old is she? I'm wondering.
Oh, do you know what one of the major issues with the Spain thing is? Once you get into Spain, the prime minister is giving them European residency. That means once they get over there,
they can go to any other part in the union.
They can go any other part in Europe.
That is so dangerous. Why are they? Don't they have like a king in Spain? Isn't it still kind of a monarchy?
I don't know. He's a jackass.
It's kind of a monarchy. Yeah. Spain is literally a monarchy. It's official primary monarchy. It's a constitutional monarchy, meaning the king is head of state, but real government power belongs to the elected parliaments and prime minister. Oh, okay. Just like
I've got a 3-minute segment we could put on about Spain.
Go ahead.
Really wild video here. Chaos at the border of Spain's North African enclave in Morocco. This is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of migrants break through the fence and completely overwhelm the border police there. Video showing huge groups of people, mostly young military-age guys, cramming into inflatable tubes or arriving on shore in other ways, some of them wading in the water as they break through the gates to get to the other side. Sandra, this is reminiscent of kind of what we saw during the open border during the Biden administration through 2021, 2024, kind of similar to what we saw in Del Rio back in 2021. The socialist agenda, their platform literally says they want to abolish borders, abolish immigration enforcement, have complete freedom of movement. This is what it looks like in another country if they get what they want. Notice there is no resistance from the government whatsoever. These people are coming in without any obstruction. And if people don't know, Spain has a very left-wing government. Earlier this year, they did a big amnesty program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country. They had 1.3 million illegal immigrants apply for that amnesty program between April and June. So that's what we call a pull factor, Sandra. They're looking for something like that. They know if they can just get their foot in the country, maybe someday that left-wing government will do another amnesty program. And you were just reading some of the wires. The locals want an emergency declaration. It sounds like
the ministry's saying no, they will not deploy military to the border.
Apparently, they don't think this is an I mean, look at this. This is a total free-for-all.
It does feel like we are looking at a few years ago when you were reporting at the border here in the United States. This is happening right now. This story is breaking right now. And you're not just talking about hundreds, thousands of migrants are pouring over the borders as we speak.
Yeah. And again, I mean, just look here. Do you see any women or children? I mean, most people would call these folks so-called asylum seekers. These are all young guys just flooding into the country and overwhelming what, if any, border there is. It looks like there's just kind of a small barbed wire fence or something like that. But you can see the Spanish government was caught completely off guard here. And you have thousands of these men. I mean, it literally looks like you often hear the word invasion, but it literally looks like one here. Look at that. I mean, you see the border fence there. They're all just going around it. And again,
the head of Spain's civil guard is calling this absolute chaos. In a brand new interview, he said, quote, "It's not possible to give precise numbers, but there are thousands of migrants crossing right now." He added that the border has totally collapsed, quote unquote.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. And for folks who don't know where this is a small Spanish city, autonomous in North Africa. It's actually in Morocco, but it does have Spanish autonomy. It's called Ceuta. So this isn't on the mainland of Spain, but these images, we've been looking at them on social media all morning. It's just stark to see that there is no resistance whatsoever. I mean, at least in Del Rio back in 2021, when those 20,000 Haitians were crossing the river, similar images to this, you had some border patrol there. You had Texas DPS there trying to stop them. Here in Spain, there is absolutely nothing stopping these folks from wading ashore and climbing the fences. And Sandra, look at that in the background. I mean, there are thousands upon thousands of these men just flooding the country.
Yeah. It just reminds me of back in 2022. But anyways, Bill, I'm done. How about you? You got anything else?
Well, I guess we won't get into this today. We could. It'd be a whole other topic, but
that is funny. Yeah, we can't even talk about that stuff because we know the algorithm still hates us.
It does?
Yes, we found that out by going over some kind of thing that happened in 2022.
Was that did we do that?
No. Anyways,
one last point.
Yeah.
Look at that. Everyone's fears the midterms, but look at that. Republican National Committee, for the people who are listening, cash on hand, $128,538,000. Debt, zero.
Yeah.
Cash on hand for the Democrats, $16,333,000. Debt, $18,500,000. Net loss of $2,177,000. It's really amazing what happens when funding to Ukraine, U.S. aid, and NGOs are out of the loop for getting our free tax dollars. Imagine that.
Yeah, that was one of the things. And there's no rap music in the top hundreds. That's a thing too. The USDA stuff that went away and they stopped payment on stuff. The rap music hasn't made the top 100 since they did that either.
Really?
Really.
Oh wow! No, I hadn't heard that one.
It's been mostly country music.
That makes sense.
It was so hilarious when I read that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. No. And then I did a little deep dive on it and I was like, oh my God. For the past, I think it's been about 3 to 4 months since I started doing that. No rap music has been on the top.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, well, that's about the end of the show. Thank you all for that was listening to us.
David, the people at work who are mentally ill and brainwashed with these anti-data center bullshit, have them send you some questions ahead of time.
Okay.
And I'll try to take care of some of their fucking shit.
Okay. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I'm David Dickerman.
And I'm Wild William.
And love you guys. Goodbye.
Later.